Hey everyone. So last night I got to go to the red carpet premiere for Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Without getting into anything, I just want to say this is going to be completely spoiler free, so you don't need to worry. If you really want to go into this 100% blind, then go ahead and click off because I'll still be talking about the movie and my opinions on it, but I just won't be saying anything that would ruin the movie. So anything that's been in the trailers, I'm not really counting the TV spots because they kind of reveal a little bit too much for me. I didn't even watch them. Basically, the main trailers, if it's in that, then I'll talk about it. Um, but it won't be anything that I'm revealing about the movie. And I'll do my best to give you information without giving away too much about the movie. So this is mostly like my opinion on things that were in the movie and kind of how it ranks up with everything else. So, with all that out of the way, and last chance, I'll give you a few seconds to click off. Number one, it was great. I love the movie. I want to get that out of the way before anything else. No matter what I say or how it looks like I feel, like it's probably just me trying to figure out how to say something without spoiling anything. But I really want to say that I thoroughly enjoyed the film. It made me feel every emotion, and it was 100% an Indiana Jones film, and I think it had everything that an Indiana Jones film needs. It met all the requirements, and honestly, like I haven't fully formed my opinions on it yet because I've been able to sleep on it, and I've had some time to reflect on it since last night, and I still want to go back and see it again, and really look back at it for the big details. First of all, I'll go into the music because that's like my main thing now, I guess. The music was fun. I wouldn't call it John Williams' best work, but it was still really good. I'll probably just need to listen to it again when I see the movie, and when the score comes out, I'll go through it again. The full opening, so as we know, the 25-minute opening, that's the DH section. Um, that whole beginning of the movie was basically a nostalgia fest for the music. I think John Williams kind of said that when he was discussing the score online with someone. So the music there has a ton of music. Basically, everything is taken from the previous four films. Some more than others, but it's amazing. They play the Raiders March over and over again, and they really make you attached to that time frame. And the de-aging was probably the best I've ever seen. I'm not going to go into any other details about it really because, if I'm being honest, we saw a lot of the details in the trailers, so you don't really need to worry about anything. It just kind of set up the rest of the movie. So, and it was cool to see. So those are kind of my thoughts on the opening of the film, and the rest of the film was still really good. I enjoyed it, but that opening really knocked it out of the park. I was already, as soon as I had seen that, I was ready I already knew that this was going to be a good film. And then starting from there, the rest of the film really is great. The action is fun, and Indy himself, he doesn't feel sidelined. A lot of spoiler reviews, or sorry, rumors and leaks have been saying that Indy gets sidelined in this entire story, but he isn't. He's integral to the entire story. He has a relationship with every character, especially the villains, and you can really tell how much he's changed, and some things he's changed for good and some things he's changed for bad, but by the end of the film, he kind of, his character arc is finished at the end of the film, and Indiana Jones doesn't get what he wants, but he gets what he needs, kind of like every other film. And it really does feel like a satisfying ending for Indiana Jones. I left the theater and I wasn't like, I wish I could have more Indiana Jones. Like, the ending of the film left me feeling happy with the character. I don't need to see him do anything else. And I'm glad that he got to do what he did in this film. As far as I'm concerned, every leak and rumor about her being this anti-Indiana Jones, take over the hat mantle and ruin the entire character is completely false. Like, so if you're going into this movie expecting that, you're not going to see it. She's a smart character, but she does rely on Indy a lot of times in the movie. So I think it is similar. She almost feels like Elsa Schneider in that sense, where she's just as knowledgeable as Indy on certain topics. But even then, she still goes to Indy for help. So if you're wondering what her character is like, think of like Elsa Schneider, not the whole Nazi twist part. Think of her in Venice, like just that scene, nothing else. That's what her character feels like. So they do make a really good duo in the film. Every scene together that her and Harrison Ford are in is very good. And nothing stuck out between them that felt bad. I think everything they both did together was really good. This was the brutality of Temple of Doom, where characters were just dying left and right. And the movie really felt, it was intense. It was a very intense movie. And this kind of leads into the character arc itself for Indiana Jones in this movie. The entire movie is about loss and dealing with loss and grief, and how Indiana Jones has lost so many people in his life. And, you know, in Crystal Skull, we saw how Indy was kind of given a second chance to be a family man again. And, like, it felt like he got his happy ending. But we only saw a little bit of his grief in that movie. In this one, we really see the full extent of his grief. We see how, like, worn down he is, not just from the adventures, but from the people that he's loved in his life, and how many times he's had to lose someone. And I mean, God, the Harrison Ford did such an incredible job acting in this movie. Like, you can really see the humanity in the character. Like, this is probably one of the best performances of his life that I think. So there are plenty of scenes in this movie where we see Indiana Jones and how he has to deal with all these people that he's lost. And it really does become the theme of the movie of, like, he can't save everyone, but he tries so hard to do it. And there were so many scenes in this movie that I was so emotional. There's one scene in particular, I can't really discuss it because it is very spoiler heavy, and yeah, it was just such a phenomenal performance. And the ending of the movie, the last scene that we see of the movie is such a full circle moment that really it brought everyone in the theater to tears. Everyone I knew was bawling, even me. I was out of breath when I saw it, and the last line of dialogue in the film is so beautiful, and it's so important to Indiana Jones, and it made the movie. It made the entire movie worth it to see that last scene. I'm getting sad right now thinking about it. You will probably leave the movie after the ending feeling satisfied with Indiana Jones. I think Kirk, after the movie, he described it in a very, he described it the best way anyone could have done. He said, this movie is like Thanksgiving. After the movie, you know, you've had your dinner, you're full, and you're all good, you know, for a long time, for next year. But overall, I don't think there's much else that I can discuss for this movie. But go see it. This movie's worth it, and it's fantastic. Go out there, June 30th, and go see Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.